Plant-based eating does not have to be hard. If you're just recently converting, we would love to show you what we eat as a family of 7. We're going to keep it very, very simple. Let's get in the kitchen and we will show you what we eat today. For breakfast today, we have oatmeal on the menu. We're going to keep it very simple. We didn't plan this or anything. We just decided we had some oatmeal in the pantry. We're going to use some organic rolled oats, and we also have some peanut butter and jelly. So we figured we're going to make a peanut butter and jelly oatmeal. The kids and I, we love everything or anything to do with peanut butter and jelly. It's just like the perfect combo. So may as well put it in an oatmeal. We usually don't measure a lot in our household, so we're just adding some water and the oats into our pot. We're gonna bring this up to a boil. You guys know it's not rocket science to make any oatmeal, but this is just how we do it. We like to add an abundance of water just because whenever you cook oatmeal, it gets really, really thick, and we don't like that texture. We like it kind of loose. We're gonna add some coconut milk. We're making sure that the oats are cooked all the way through, and then we're going to transfer it onto our counter to add our sweetener, which is just coconut sugar, some peanut butter, of course, and the jelly. We started off with about 3 tablespoons worth of coconut sugar. We don't want to over sweeten this, and we're going to add some organic peanut butter. If you have an allergy, you can definitely use almond butter or sunflower butter as well. Today we're using strawberry jelly. You can use any type of jelly you want, and we're just going to add it into the oats itself. I noticed that this jelly was a little bit thick, so I should have probably watered it down a little bit with some water just to smoothen out the texture so it is nice and mixable in our oatmeal. Of course, we're going to taste test, make sure we're sweetening it properly, and then it is time to serve. Oatmeal is such an easy breakfast to make for all of the kiddos. A little bit of oats go a long way to fill our bellies up. We topped it with some extra strawberry jam. We're going to mix it in, and we're going to now enjoy our delicious warming bowl of peanut butter and jelly oatmeal. Today we've got some errands to run, so after breakfast we're going to pack up and head out to the store. Alrighty guys, we are back from running errands and going to the store and all of that. We've got a lot going on, as always. So I've already prepped Trey's salad. Trey usually has a salad every day for lunch, and we usually do a roasted vegetable. So I have some roasted broccoli in there with some beets and some mushrooms that we harvested. So that's gonna go into a salad. Now, if you are new here, my husband Trey, he has an autoimmune condition that he's going through, and so he eats differently and he eats very strictly. He follows the food combinations. If you're interested in that type of video, or if you are interested in some more information, definitely check out the video that I have linked in the description so you can check out what he eats in a day and also his treatment that he is going through, along with a lot of helpful resources. So watch that video. Stop it, baby! You always do this to me. So for lunch day, I have planned, not really planned, but I thought about doing a Cajun pasta. Now, I just have some oyster mushrooms here that we harvested a few days ago, and also some lion's mane. So I'm going to roast this up, and then we're gonna make a pasta using some plant-based sausages. I think it's gonna be really, really good. We don't even know what this one is. Like what flavor it is. You don't even know. This is kind of like an Italian sausage. It's made of wheat gluten, I believe. We're gonna give it a shot and make a really delicious sauce that goes with it. But first, I'm gonna get these mushrooms broken down and roasting. This is just like an extra side dish. We have the mushrooms, and I figured we may as well just use it up. So these mushrooms, we are slowly working on growing, like fine-tuning our grows so they grow even better. And we've had tons of mushrooms for ourselves, so we could just test out and do different things, and to finally get to a point where we can sell them at our farmers market. So we're so excited. But yeah, I've got some pinks here that I'm just kind of breaking down with the petals here. If you are new to mushrooms, or really just cooking with any types of mushrooms, especially the gourmet mushrooms, you really have to cook it really, really long. The longer the better, because it breaks down the protein walls of these mushrooms, and therefore it helps digest a lot better. So I'm going to try to roast it up. We are going to do some lion's mane as well. To season our mushrooms, we're going to add some grapeseed oil. This is just any neutral oil. We're going to salt it, of course. We like to use just regular sea salt. We grind it up ourselves. And we are going to season it up with some onion powder. We've got some paprika, some ancho chili powder, anything that you have on hand. Give it a good mix. Make sure all of the seasonings are nicely mixed into the mushrooms. And we're going to roast it at a hot oven at about 425 degrees convection for about 30-40 minutes or so. Now checking on Trey's vegetables, they are all nicely roasted. I have some mushrooms and broccoli and cauliflower in here, and some beets as well. I have a bed of romaine lettuce here and some red onions. I am adding all of the broccoli and broccoli and beets and mushrooms in here, all roasted and delicious. And then we're going to top it with a cilantro lime dressing. It's a hemp-based dressing, so it's nice and creamy as well. It's really just tasty and lovely. And Grace is the saucier, so she is making that right now. Good. While Grace is working on the sauce here for Trey's salad, I am going to prep a sauce ourselves for our pasta. So I have some bell pepper here. I'm just gonna slice it. I think would be nice in our pasta. Most of the time whenever I'm in the kitchen, I have the girls come and help me out as much as possible. So while I'm chopping up vegetables for our pasta, Grace worked on the sauce. Now the sauce is ready. Look how creamy and delicious this lime hemp cilantro dressing is. We poured it all over Trey's salad. I'm going to give it a good mixeroo in this big old salad bowl with some tongs just to make sure all of the sauce is touching all of the vegetables. And there you have it, this beautiful salad that Trey can eat every day because it is just that good. Isaiah was having so much fun with these sausages. We never buy them, and this was the perfect time to use them as nunchucks. Alrighty, on to our pasta sauce. This is a delicious Cajun pasta. So in a pot in the background, we have some grapeseed oil down, we have some onions and bell peppers. Now I had the girls help me chop up these sausages. We just kept it simple and sliced it into discs. We are then adding all of the sausage discs into our pot just to get a good nice sear on them. You want to make sure that you're cooking these on about medium high just to get that extra sear and toastiness on the sausages. Then we added 2 cans of diced tomatoes. This is just regular organic, no salt diced tomatoes. Then comes the seasonings. We have lots and lots of onion powder going in, some ancho chili powder for some smokiness, and lots of smoked paprika. We're going to add a little bit of water just to make sure that the tomatoes don't burn in this pot. And it really does help the tomatoes kind of excrete extra liquid without burning it. At this point, the smells were absolutely amazing because of that sausage, the onions and peppers. You really can't go wrong with just regular sauteed onions and peppers. While the sauce is cooking, I'm actually going to start working on dinner. I like to prep dinner as early as possible just because sometimes if I'm cooking some soup, the soup needs to really cook for a long time. Or sometimes, like today, we had to head out in the afternoon. So for time management purposes, I do like to start dinner while we're cooking lunch. And this makes cleaning up very efficient because you're just cooking one time. You clean up right after you're cooking and you are done cooking and cleaning for the rest of the day. Our mushrooms are roasted beautifully. Check out this delicious mushroom. Look at all the crispiness. These were roasted to perfection. You can see these little tiny, they remind me of bacon bits because they're nicely charred. It's so good. Of course, I have to quality control. I'm telling you, if you've never cooked mushrooms before, Try it this way, roasted in the oven. It's to die for.
That right there. Love oyster mushrooms, especially the pink ones. I think that's my favorite.
Our sauce is simmering nicely and gently, and I have a pot in the background to start pasta. I've spotted a sneaky husband eating our mushrooms. Even though he's got mushrooms, he came to eat ours because it's just that good. For the Cajun pasta, we are making some fettuccine to go with our sauce. We like to cook our pasta al dente, of course. We don't like it mushy and soft, so I cook this for about maybe 9-10 minutes or so. Finishing up on the sauce here, we're adding some coconut milk to make it nice and creamy. Traditionally, I've seen recipes using heavy cream, but of course we're going to veganize it, and the full-fat coconut milk works just perfect, and it makes the sauce so creamy and luscious and rich. You can of course use as much or as little cream as you like. We're going to salt it, make sure everything is nicely seasoned, and instead of serving our mushrooms as a side dish, I decided to just add it into our sauce. You may as well. I had some frozen vegetables that I wanted to use, so I am using just some frozen broccoli that I have. It's always nice to have a bag of frozen, any kind of vegetables, just because it's already nice and chopped and ready to go. In our pot on the very right, we have some quinoa going, so I'm seasoning it up with some salt, some onion powder. We've got ancho and smoked paprika. This is usually our go-to spices. It works on literally everything. We added some water, just enough to cover, and we're going to just cover it and steam it for about 20 minutes or so. Checking the pasta for doneness, I like to make sure that there is a bite to the pasta. It's better to taste or test the pasta a little bit early. You can always go a little bit more, like cook it for about 1 or 2 minutes more. Instead of cooking it too long, you can never go backwards. Time to get our pasta into this beautiful sauce. I'm just going to do it directly from pot to pot. This helps me save some of the liquid and the pasta water when I'm doing it this way, and that extra pasta water really makes the sauce cling onto the pasta itself. It's nice and seasoned, and it makes the sauce really nice and rich and luscious. It felt like I needed more of that pasta water, so I am just adding a little bit more before I put that into the sink. Our Cajun pasta filled with mushrooms and sausage and broccoli, bell peppers and onions is done. Wouldn't you want to grab a bite of this pasta or what? All right, time to serve everybody else. I am calling and rallying up all of our kiddos for lunchtime. Now to me, Cajun pasta needs to be spicy. We didn't use a very spicy sausage, so we are going to spice it up myself and Israel's plate with some cayenne pepper.
I wanted to spice mine up, and I spiced Israel's up, of course, and then Trey actually harvested some more mushrooms for us, so we will have that on a later date. Now I am actually going to eat while I am working on dinner because we actually have to go somewhere. So I'm going to chop up some garlic and make a sort of a dressing for our quinoa, and I'm going to eat my lunch. Wing it a little and just add whatever that I have. So I got some garlic.
I think it needs more spice.
Okay, spice it up.
So far, it needs more salt.
Oh, Mercy came for second, huh?
Good.
It's good, isn't it? Okay, let me try.
Wait,
So I have my not quinoa, but I have some onions, some bell peppers chopped here. I think I'm gonna add one more red onion. I've got some zucchini, just some raw zucchinis.
I could stay here with you.
Say what?
Is it good?
Mom, we going to.
It's called Cajun pasta. How good is it? 1 to 10.
Delicious. Especially the sausages.
Mmm. Mmm.
You need mostly sausages. Wow.
That is really good. That sauce is good.
Everything about this is good.
I'm telling you, you gotta make this. Ugh. It's so tasty. And if you're a meat eater, hey, by all means, go and get some andouille sausage. That's usually how it's done. Cajun style. Mm. The flavor is on point. Really, really good. Mercy came for seconds. Emmanuel came for seconds. Now it's time for you to make it so you can have seconds with your family as well. It's perfect.
I have sausages.
No. Isaiah is coming for seconds too. What do you think, Isaiah?
Bomb.
It's bomb?
Mm-hmm. It's bomb.com.
Okay. Last bite. Let's get to our quinoa. So in our dressing, I've got some hemp oil. Maybe like that much. I'm going to add our steamed quinoa into my big bowl.
I forgot to mention, in our dressing, we also have some lemon and lime juice, the garlic, chopped up garlic as well, and some salt.
What are you doing? You eating more? Thirds? Ah.
In this quinoa salad, I'm also chopping up some delicious sweet red onions. I've also got some very simple vegetables like some chopped up zucchinis and some bell peppers. Now we really had to hustle and I had to cover this up really quick. We left for the day and came back for dinner. We just got back home. It is dinner time, and now Trey is gonna make himself a good big helping of some quinoa salad. To elevate this very simple dish for dinner tonight, we are going to add some chili garlic oil. We've been completely obsessed with adding chili oil to anything. We make this at home, of course. It's so simple. If you want to check out how to make it, I will link our meal prep video in the description. It's so simple, and it makes everything just taste wonderful and so good. If you haven't noticed, we've been skating a lot recently with the kiddos, so I'm going to pack up my bowl really quick. We're gonna hit the road, we're going to travel to the skate park and eat on the way, and spilling a little bit as I eat. And it is time to hit the skate park. Our kids have been learning so many skills at the skate park, not to mention meeting some awesome new friends at the skate community. And the kids are actually going to be heading into their first competition very soon in Vegas. We thank you guys so much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed this video. We would love for you to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye everybody.